Bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is JD Wyatt, a Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. We are sorry to keep you waiting there for a minute, but Chuck and I, we were having a conversation, talking about the day, talking about what we did, talking about life, because that's what we do. We're buddies. When we get together, we're going to sit there and chit chat for a minute. So I apologize for making you wait. And then I bet you thought my screen froze there on that Southern Fried Sports intro. So StreamYard apparently has removed the capability of me being able to stream a video that way. I can't, through the media assets on StreamYard, I can't do my intro video that way anymore. But they did give me this other cool feature that I'm going to start using, which is where I can present certain things. So that's my video. I can bring it up. I can put it back. So, Chuck, we're going to see some quotes and some clips start coming in that regard. I mean, that's pretty crappy on StreamYard's part, though. But, y'all, this is Chuck. So, Chuck, have you seen this on StreamYard yet? Do you mess with StreamYard?
Yeah, I have StreamYard, but I don't. I do the basic stuff, dude. I go live and yeah, I don't mess around with whole much. I'm not a very tech savvy person, so I'm just a basic go live, talk, and get done and get out of there. I don't mess with all the gadgets and things like that. So I'd have something screwed up and I wouldn't be able to fix it. And next thing you know, I'd lose all my viewers. So
Right. Yeah, well, I'm not the most tech savvy person either. I'm really not. But thankfully, StreamYard is pretty easy because I will say I've tried to use a different platform.
uh
I won't call it by name, not to. I mean,
huh.
StreamYard's got a logo up here, so. But the other platform that I attempted, man, you needed to be like, you needed to know, like, you could go be a producer for a radio station or a hack on the internet. Like, if you know the stuff that you need to know to use this other platform,
Yeah,
it was way too technical for me. But
yeah.
either way, here we are on StreamYard. And this is Southern Fried Sports. I am JD, your Southern Fried Gentleman. Make sure to go hit subscribe on Gamecock Chuck. Follow him on X. Most of his stuff is on YouTube. But we've got a great conversation planned for you this evening. Ooh, I got a good question. I told Chuck about it earlier. We're going to dive into that one first, I think, here. Who in your mind, best coach or best team or best player? Give me a couple, maybe. What is the one that pops into your mind when you think about guys that were really good but could never win a championship?
Well, now there's quite a few actually, but one that comes to mind, and you may know this, but I was a Redskin fan growing up back in the 70s, 80s, 90s until they changed their names to the Commanders. But Jim Kelly, man, Jim Kelly never won one. He spent a good, I think, about all his career with Buffalo. Went to 4 Super Bowls, and just never could play well on Super Bowl Sunday. He did well throughout the whole season and the playoffs, but getting to that Super Bowl, he just couldn't get over the hump. And my Redskins, knocked him off. So that was good. If you want to talk NASCAR, Denny Hamlin. I'm not a big
Oh,
I'm not a big NASCAR fan,
I didn't
but
even think about that. That's good. I was
but
thinking about racers. That's good, Chuck.
yeah, man, I try to think all over. I mean, different sports. I know this is a football show, but I know you like NASCAR, and I used to like NASCAR when Dale Earnhardt was tearing it up, winning his 7 championships. But Denny Hamlin, he got what 44 wins, I believe it is, and he's won Daytona 500 several times, but just never could win the championship, the Cup.
And he's
I
been
think,
in the Final Four several times as
yeah,
well. I mean, he's had. It's not like he hasn't had the chance in the championship race, right?
yeah. But you got to think about it though. Who did he race against though? That was a time of what Jimmy Johnson and when all them guys was doing what Earnhardt did. So it's pretty hard. I think it's pretty hard to win a championship in NASCAR. So, but that's a couple guys. I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I mean I know there's quite a few guys that's never won a championship. Malone, Stockton,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about those guys.
Iverson. He didn't win one. I mean, there's a lot of good NBA players that hasn't won a championship. And I'm like I said, I'm not a huge NBA fan, so I don't keep up with it as much as I used to in the '80s. But so that's just some of the names. I mean, but I think you mentioned it too. Also, Dan Marino.
Right.
The dude was just a damn good, a dang good quarterback, and he spent all his career with the Dolphins and just never could win it.
Right. Well, so you said numerous things there for me to respond to. First one was Denny Hamlin. I looked him up while we were talking about it. He's up to 57 career wins.
Who's that? Denny Hamlin?
Denny, yep.
Yeah,
57.
Like I know it was up in the I thought it was up in the 40s. Maybe I just, like I said,
yeah.
I haven't watched NASCAR.
Right. Oh, yeah. No. I wasn't saying that to correct you, but I'm just saying the dude can win races.
Oh, yeah.
But he can't win a championship. That was a really good, because I was even trying to think of other players. That's why I wanted to ask the question to see what other players or people or sports. I mean,
did Bill Elliott win one? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I want to say Bill Elliott did.
Okay, because I know he won the $1 million prize or whatever it was.
Right.
But I couldn't remember if he won one or not.
He might not have ever won a championship. I don't know. We'll find out though. I mean, and then the other thing though that you mentioned was how difficult it is to win a championship in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Of course, me being me, the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports, I go all over the place. So that question spurred this question, Chuck. What is the most difficult thing to do in sports? Is it scoring a goal in hockey? Is it scoring a goal in soccer? Is it hitting a baseball? Is it driving a race car? Hitting a golf ball? I mean, is it harder to be a quarterback? I mean, what is the most difficult thing to do in sports? And you don't even have to use my choices.
No, that's actually me and Pete Digits was talking about this the other night, I believe. We was talking about it, and I think golf, and you may laugh about it or but I think golf is a challenging sport. I mean, that club's got to be in perfect plane. The club has to strike the ball right, and you've got to have some athleticism to get it to go where you want it to go. I think it's a very challenging and mental sport. Trying to get that one little ball in a hole.
Right. And well, I mean, and the closer you get to the hole, the easier it is to put it in.
Yeah, but you got to get it there first.
Family show, people. Eyes up here. But yeah, golf. I mean, listen, I played baseball. So I've never had golf lessons or anything, but I've literally had to adjust my swing or my stance. Like,
yeah.
And if I swing as hard as I can swing on a driver, I'm slicing it. Period. Yeah. Unless I need to slice it. Like if I got a dog leg right and I'm trying to slice the ball, forget about it.
I
It
mean,
ain't happening.
you can go through about any sport and really make a case for um, what makes it difficult, like to hit a baseball,
Mhm.
curveball or a slider or change up or knuckleball or whatever. I mean, you can go through any sport and make a case for what you think could be the most challenging thing to do in sports. But yeah,
I mean, kicking. How about kicking a field goal?
oh yeah, I talked about that the other night on my show too. I had a guy come on and he was talking about the special teams for South Carolina, and there was a lot of Gamecock fans giving Alex Herrera crap last year, man. But
Mhm.
look at it this way: the man he was only on scholarship for what, 1 year? He only kicked 1 year. Okay, that ball has to be snapped on time. It has to be placed right, laces out, right? And I mean, there's a whole lot of things that have to line up for you to make a field goal. And a lot of Gamecock fans were on that man for missing so many. Well, he didn't really, I don't think he really missed that many, but they were on to him about it and they were disgruntled about it and couldn't figure out why he's missing field goals. But the man, to his credit, man, he only kicked one season for the Gamecocks.
Right.
We didn't trot him out there every game to try at least one field goal a game. He come out there after everybody left. He was the only kicker we had on. He was probably the best kicker we had on the team at the time. So
Well, I will say that going into this season, and we went down this whole rabbit hole of best players and teams never to win a championship. So we've talked about Gamecocks and other sports and most difficult for that. But how about the Gamecocks? How about them being one of the best teams there in college football for a minute and not winning a championship during those Steve Spurrier years?
mm,
10-2, and then 3 straight 11-win seasons. I mean,
yeah,
they man losing to Kentucky after beating number 1 Alabama at home, that still haunts me at night. And so
yeah,
that was one team I thought about as being, one of the best to never win a championship. I thought about it like that. And then of course I thought about best players, Charles Barkley.
yeah,
He never got a ring. He's, one of those NBA greats. And people hold it over his head all the time. You ain't got no ring. Like, I feel like, and him and Shaq, they're back and forth on NBA TNT.
uh huh,
That will no longer be on TNT, though, by the way. That, like, I love their banter. I love their back and forth. So, Chuck, though, for him to be, you know, now this figure now, to go back and think, though, that he didn't win a championship. Because, I mean, Paul Pierce, he's used it as, his clout.
yeah.
When he's up there, he's like, I got rings. Like, man, people, Kendrick Perkins, he'll do it. And I can't stand to listen to him talk. None of those ESPN people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I decided. Listen, you never know what gets fried around here, but all of ESPN can get fried.
Oh yeah.
None of them got nothing for me, unless it's live sporting events. I heard you say that just the other night, Chuck.
Yeah. If it ain't live, if it ain't something I want to watch, Sports Center don't come on my TV. So
Mm-mm.
them days are over. It's too political. Too, I don't know. I don't want to get on that on this channel, but it's not what it used to be. Let's just put it that way. It's not fun to watch and be engaged with it. So
Brian, I type shorthand, but I can't make sense of that. The only thing I wonder, JD, is backfield for the D. So
no.
are you talking about the cornerbacks and stuff? I trust Torian Gray if you're talking about the Gamecocks still right there.
Oh, he might
Linebacker is what's got me worried, and running back.
he
I'm
might be
good
talking
everywhere
about
else.
he might be talking about a running back.
He could be.
So
The only thing I wonder is JD. I don't know. I can't make. Yeah, he's talking about the Gamecocks, but
I don't know.
Is JD is backfield for the D? I don't know, Brian. You'll have to re-question that one for me.
Yeah.
P Digits. Let's see what he says. Curling broom sweeper may be the most difficult. Ooh.
You know, that when the Olympics come on like that, the Winter Olympics, I like watching curling. I think that's
I
pretty interesting.
do.
I don't understand it,
Me
but
neither.
I think it's pretty cool.
I agree. I don't understand it one bit, but I am here for it because
Yeah.
man, hey man,
Either they're sweeping that ice or whatever. I was like, what the
it
heck?
is. It's like you can't see it like shaving the ice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So is it just literally like just wipe like I would love to know the science behind it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You remember that show? Sports Science?
Mm, yeah,
With
vaguely.
John Brinkus.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He just passed away, I think.
Huh.
He or I think committed suicide actually. Not cool. If you need help, hey guys, we're always here. Serious and honest about that. I'm pretty sure John Brinkus committed suicide. I haven't mentioned it yet on the show, but here we are. Sports science, though. I would love to know the sports science behind the whole curling thing, man. Like, are they drying? Like, are they just wiping off the water? Is it squeegeeing it? Are they actually shaving the ice? Like I feel like you could search it and we could know.
I'm sure PJ probably knows.
I mean, I'm tempted just to look it up right now, but I don't know if I could word it properly enough to find what I'm looking for fast enough. But that's another one of those most difficult things in sports. And so that's where the whole conversation of best player or best team or best whatever to never win a championship, that is where that conversation led us, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
We do have many more conversations to go. Let's see if we could segue this into. We did mention, of course, Charles Barkley. Dan, you mentioned Dan Marino, so we covered that part of it. Let's go to teams that are struggling, teams that want to win a championship, teams that are doing crazy things like drafting Caleb Williams #1 overall and keeping their head coach. The same head coach that had already ruined one #1 pick in Justin Fields. So sure, let's give him another one. And then now they hired a new head coach. But guess what? They extended their GM, Ryan Proles, 5 years. I feel like he is literally only getting credit for robbing the Panthers a few years ago when they traded up for #1. And they gave away DJ Moore. There is no way that you trade up for a #1 quarterback and you give away your #1 wide receiver.
No.
That is the most Panthers thing or Browns thing. Browns, like that, it was just stupid. But either way, you traded DJ Moore. So, like, is literally Ryan Proles only getting credit for that, for hosing the Panthers, Chuck? What are your thoughts on them extending him?
Well, I'll be honest with you, dude. NFL is not my wheelhouse. I mean, yeah, I can't really speak on that honestly, but I do agree with you. I mean, the Panthers really, yeah, they got suckered by that deal.
Right.
Didn't they give up like their #1 pick or whatever it was? Wasn't that the trade that got they traded away and then they got what's the name, Bryce Young?
Right. Yes. Correct. That is the trade. Yep. That is the trade.
Yeah, I'm not a Panthers fan anyway, but I told my son, I said, that's about the dumbest move I think I've ever seen. I'm not a big Bryce Young fan. I think I don't know. I mean, he's got some talent, but I don't have confidence he's going to do anything phenomenal in Carolina.
Well,
Just my take. And like I said, I'm not a big NFL guy, so
right.
I can't really speak on the whole GM thing with the Bears. But I mean, if he's getting credit for that, I mean, hey, good for him. Good for him if they want to keep him around. I'm not a huge Caleb Williams guy. Um, didn't understand all the hype surrounding him. I guess he impressed them with his fingernail polish color. I guess I don't know, but yeah,
I mean, no, that's fair. Everything you said's fair. And yeah, I know. Yeah, I know the NFL left you, the NBA left you. I don't blame you.
yeah,
I if it, I mean, if it weren't just because the NFL was football and it was, you know what I mean? Like I would turn it off, but it's football. It's Sunday. There's nothing else on usually unless there's a NASCAR race. So
yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm watching it, but I might not dive into it. But I just thought it was funny though that this GM, yeah, he's getting a 5-year deal. I think most of it is that they want to pair the new head coach Ben Johnson, supposedly the next big offensive guy. He's supposed to be the next Sean McVay, they say.
Oh Lord, quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, come up, win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So now
Well, yeah.
they're in a triangle now, the love triangle. QB, GM, head coach.
Well,
Other
yeah.
than if that's how it works.
Just got to get them all on the same page, I guess. I mean, I guess it could work. I don't know much about Ben Johnson or whoever he said the coach
Yeah,
was, but
Detroit Lions offensive coordinator.
ah,
Yeah,
okay.
where they've been doing pretty
They
well
had,
on offense with Jared
yeah,
Goff.
yeah. Their defense just not up to par, which was great last year when the Commanders beat them
Right.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
playoffs. That was awesome.
How you feel about Jaden Daniels this year? Speaking of that, I said this was going to be like a general NFL preseason thing. So, how do you feel about the Commanders and Jaden Daniels? Do you think he can repeat, or will he have a sophomore slump?
I think if they can get him a good offensive line, a good solid offensive line up front, I don't really know who they got, but the games that I watched, some of the games I watched last year, the offensive line just wasn't holding up, wasn't giving him enough time to do his thing. A lot of breakdown in protection, and he had to, ad lib and make things happen at his feet. And he's an explosive quarterback that can do some things. I think if they build a line for him, get him a good solid offensive line and put a few more weapons around him, I think he could do some good stuff this year. Now, will he? I don't know.
Right.
But I'm high on the guy. I like him. I really do. I
What I
kind of.
thought was really crazy about him is he trains with VR
Oh
at
yeah.
1.5 speed. And I'm always for the harder you like if you can hit 105-mile-an-hour fastball,
Uh-huh.
you can hit 100-mile-an-hour baseball. So why not practice at 100? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Practice for more than what you're going to get. Like 100%.
Oh yeah.
And so at training at that level of VR at 1.5, that's just wild to me. And I think that helps him a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll see them repeat into the playoffs.
Yeah. I can see that. I ain't looked at it. I haven't looked at their schedule, so I don't know what it looks like.
I was about to say, what did I say that wasn't true, Madcraft? What did Chuck say that's not true?
I say a lot of stuff that might not be true. Who knows?
No, not you, Chuck.
It's all good
Everything
stuff.
out of Chuck's mouth is straight facts.
Yeah, it
You
might
might
be
as well put it in the Bible.
No, don't. Well, we can't be doing that now.
Oh, yeah, okay, my bad. Yeah, don't do that. But write your own Gamecock Bible. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll have Chuck do a rule for the Gamecock Bible. Or write us a Gamecock Bible. Oh, that'd be a funny book, wouldn't
it? It could be.
Thou shalt not leave in the third quarter when you're losing by 10 points.
Yeah. Thou shalt not kick a water cooler. There's a lot of them. I mean.
Oh man. That's funny. Funny. But anyways, yeah, we still got P Digits, Madcraft. Go ahead, Chuck. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to give P Digits crap because his Cardinals lost today to the Braves.
As a matter of fact, he texted me and gave himself crap.
Cause I mean, I didn't watch it, but me and my son, we was out hanging around today a little bit, and he's talking about the Braves, and we don't watch baseball either, but he's talking about the Braves and some was playing baseball. He said he want to watch that. And I was like, well, the Braves ain't really that good this year, and I guess it was just coming on, and he had it on the score going or whatever, and I said they're gonna lose 7-3, and they got out to a 3-0 lead. And then in the second inning, I think it was, and then St. Louis came back into third, maybe the bottom of the second, and tied it. And I was like, "Yep, here they go. They're getting ready to lose." And then next thing you know, they end up winning like 7-6. So, and yeah,
Yeah. Well, even P Digits though, like I would not have texted him if the Braves lost this series. Like if the Cardinals would have ended up winning the series, I can't promise you I would have texted P Digits and been like, "Hey, your Cardinals, beat my Braves." But he texted me. I mean, granted, I'd already texted him about the show tonight, but he did text me back and just mention your Braves beat my Cardinals in a series today. It's their first series win since they swept the Mets.
Wow, that's what I was telling my son. I said they're not good. And he asked me about it. If I used to watch the Braves. I said, yeah, I used to watch the Braves back in the day, and I said they wasn't much better back then either. I mean, they had a couple good years, but they wasn't nothing to brag about too much. It was just something to watch as a kid, back in the 80s. And they had Glenn Hubbard and Bob Horner and Claudio Washington and Maddox and Smoltz and Glavine and all them guys and Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones. I mean, it was good to watch back then. Just something to do.
Madcraft. Just for the record, MAD, it stands for Managing Atlanta Disrespect.
Oh, okay.
That is what, and P Digits actually gave him that name. Managing Atlanta Disrespect. He thinks that all the negative energy the Braves are getting from their fans has a huge effect on how the team plays, Chuck. And let me say this before you respond. I wrote an article about how the Braves need to win 70% of their games for the rest of the year. I wrote this article like 10 days ago, 12 days ago. They have been like 4-12 since I said they needed to go 50-20 to finish the season. They are all but fried at this moment. And I'm sorry, but that is a fact.
Yeah.
But it's just, I wrote an article hoping they would win and do what I needed them to do what they need to do to even have a chance to make the playoffs. And it ain't happening. I mean, what, Chuck, can negative energy from media and fans affect how a team plays?
Well, it sounds like it because you wrote that article, so it's all your fault.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I'm just seeing who's the manager now. Who's the manager of the Braves?
Snitker.
Snitker, yeah, Brian Snitker. Yeah, I'd send him a copy of that. So here's why you lost, dude. But nah, I don't think I wouldn't think professional athletes would worry about what somebody said or published or whatever. I don't think that'd have anything to do with them losing or not being able to make it to the playoffs. I think it all has to do with what's going on in the locker room, what's going on the team. I think that plays more of a part than what some random Yahoo, not saying you are, but I'm saying like some random Yahoo sportscaster would say about them. I wouldn't think that. I mean, we all grown men, and I mean, if you let somebody say something about you and you get upset about it, I mean, I don't put much stock. Like I tell my wife, I don't care what anybody says about me. It really does not bother me one bit. So I don't think the negative vibes or publications or tweets or whatever. I don't think that has any effect on a team.
Right. I agree for the most part. I mean, supposedly Austin Riley's verified Facebook account liked a post on Facebook that I did. I have the photo to prove it. And it's literally, excuse me, Austin Riley's Facebook page. You know what I mean? That's like the verified, like on Twitter.
Check mark, yeah.
Right. It's Facebook approved. It's Austin Riley. And I said that the starting rotation at the beginning of the year scared the life out of me. And I caught flack for it. But Austin Riley liked that post. Pitching has been terrible for the Braves. Austin Riley even liked my post, supposedly.
Yeah.
There's just I don't know. They just don't feel homey to me. Like that team. Like it feels forced. The energy of them, like, yeah, they celebrate together, they act. Like they don't do anything crazy.
Yeah.
But you just don't see that togetherness, I think. I think it's a team of individuals.
Yeah.
And I think that's on Snitker. He's asleep at the wheel right now, literally, in my opinion.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I said, the culture of the locker room, man. I mean, it's if you can't trust the guy next to you, I mean, and confide in him or talk to him about situations, or I mean, it's kind of like Beamer in South Carolina. Just Beamer preaches about family and culture, and you got to have that culture in the locker room. So,
pretty much all my dirty C words.
Yeah.
Chemistry, culture, commitment, competition, coaching, complacency, which is actually a dirty one. Being complacent, man, it'll get you. You always got to look to be better.
Yeah.
My son now, 5 years old, hadn't played a bit of organized soccer. Tells me he don't need practice because he knows what he's doing already. And I was like, bro, no, that ain't how this works.
Yeah.
You gonna go to practice and you gonna see how you can get better. Like, that's the thing, man. Everybody think they know everything sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They think they know everything. You had an experience with that recently?
Yeah, I got 3 kids, so yeah. Yeah, you can't tell a teenager anything, man. They know everything about life. They know everything about everything. So yeah, I got you on that, man. I mean, my youngest son, you can't tell him anything. He thinks he knows everything when it comes to social media or school or whatever. But yeah.
That's the thing that gets me about the youngest one. Guess what they've been doing? Learning the older one's mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Man, when you learning from mistakes, you know you learning the hard way, but you learning it the hard way through somebody else. Man, that younger sibling just, gotta watch them. Gotta watch them. Just like you gotta watch baseball. I think I had on UFC a minute ago. How about that ladies fight last night, Chuck? You watch any fighting?
No.
Did you hear about it at all? Did you see a post on X?
I don't even know who you're talking about, man.
Really?
Nope. I'm not one on fighting and UFC, and I just don't.
Me neither, but the only reason I knew is because I saw a post about it. And women's sports, you know.
Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't hear about it. I mean,
Yeah, let's see. It was Katie Taylor and Serrano. Golly.
Serrano,
I think that's her name.
ain't that the dude from Major League?
Pedro Serrano. That is a fact. Maybe that's not her name. What was her name? Where was it? I just had it up.
I can't
Chat, help
tell.
us out. Who was that women's fight last night?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure that it was Serrano, but spelled with an S.
Huh. Don't know anything about it. So
Yeah. I'm right. Serrano. Yeah. Yeah, apparently they had a heck of a fight. Like one where people are telling me to go back and watch it. And I don't watch fighting.
nah.
But yeah, apparently this women's one. Oh, and it was like an all women's card. It was just all women fighting all night.
Yeah, I dang sure ain't gonna pay no money to get no fight on TV.
Right.
If it ain't free and on some local channel, I'm not gonna pay no whatever it is to watch that stuff. Cause like Matt Crafter said, 50-second fight. I mean, what the heck?
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't pay
I'm not
for
I'm
you
not
can't
paying.
pay that much for a pay-per-view and only get 50 seconds of fight.
No.
Mm-mm.
I will be calling somebody. You better replay. You better find some more people to fight. Y'all better figure something out. I gotta
Right.
get my money's worth. That's why I don't partake in buying like UFC fights or boxing or wrestling or anything like that. Nope.
Same. I feel the same. But I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't mention that because a bunch of my good bit of the followers and listeners, they were all posting about the fight. And so
That's cool.
I felt, a little respect to it because, like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to go, I'll look it up.
Well,
And we'll tweet out my show with it that we talked about it. Let's see, though. So Madcraft, he's got some lengthy messages over here. I don't know if you've read them yet or not, but he says he's curious now. So let's see what he says. Y'all, that always makes it about play on the field is what you were trying to say there. The team seems to be congruent. Does that really say congruent?
yeah, congruent minus Acuna post, but he apologized. What's missing? Yeah,
Wow.
that's on you, man, because I don't follow the Braves. I mean, I've watched. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
well,
can't.
see, I don't really even follow. I'm assuming words that are in there that aren't in there because I'm trying to make sense of it. And also, congruent is a dirty C word because I don't know what it means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what it means in this sentence.
Minus Acuna. Yeah, I have no idea.
Minus Acuna post. Like,
I don't know what he posted. So
yeah, Macraft, you got the link, bro.
get in. Explain that because I don't know.
Feel free. Yeah, I don't get that question there. Isn't it entirely possible that the fan base or the city can sway the momentum of a team?
We stream.
What is the definition of home field advantage? Chuck, can you handle that one? What you think on that one?
What's that? Put it back up.
Isn't it entirely possible that the fan base or the city can sway the momentum of a team? What is the definition of home field advantage?
Oh, yeah, I mean, heck yeah, I mean, home field can definitely sway your advantage or give you a slight advantage. Now, when you run into a more superior team, I mean, of course, it don't matter home field or not, but I mean, it does give you that little extra energy, that little extra uh, fight in you. You know, you're trying to win it for your home team or the for the fans for the city that you're playing in. So yeah, I think it plays a little bit of part of being successful in sports. So
And see, that's where Matt Kraft tried to get you, though. Because now he's got you into the conversation that the fans can affect the team when we were just saying that they couldn't affect the team.
no,
You
I
know what I mean?
said
I know.
didn't we
Yeah, I
say
know.
that it's the post, the write ups, the we're not talking about your own fans.
Right, but see that, but though I'm a fan, you know what I mean? So if
I can't.
but he's also talking about other radio hosts that I know of.
Uh-huh.
So there's another guy that does have way more outreach, obviously, than I do. And so that's what Matt Kraft's saying, though, is like these bigger, like radio hosts, and if they're negative and they affect I think this is what he's trying to say. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I've told him to come explain it. But the best way I can explain it is he's saying that this one particular radio host can sway these thousands of fans in a certain way to feel about their team. And that could be negative for the team. I'm pretty sure is how I'm gathering it. But home field advantage, though, that's different too, because I mean, we talk about home field advantages in football all the time. If your team's not doing well, you're not going to have a home field advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
But I go back and say, why are you worried about what someone else said what someone else says about you if they're in a different market? Why are you worried about that? Block the noise and do what you got to do to win.
Right. And okay, so we lost a viewer, but we added a contributor. And that's what we do on Southern Fried Sports. Pete Digits, he's joined us. Brian, Pinsman. We got Chuck and we got Matt Kraft now. So Matt Kraft, did I explain it correctly there? Did you catch what I was just saying a second ago?
Process of me getting off. Oh, you got me?
Yeah, I did. That was my bad. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Go ahead.
No, you're good. In the process of me changing out, I didn't hear the last parts of what y'all were saying. But I was going to explain to you my comment.
Right. Okay.
Which was...
Here, I'll let you explain. This is what I summed it up as right before when you were changing over. So I think what you were saying and what you are saying is there is particular radio hosts who have enough pull, have enough of a following that they can sway enough fans to feel negatively about a team to impact that team.
Well, 100%, but that was actually I know you've been listening to me ever since I started on radio, making calls. You would know that's been my stance from the beginning, and I got ridiculed for it, but I have proven it in multiple. I've done a little bit of research on it. I've pulled up my sources for it. I won't do it obviously right now. But if you follow me on Twitter, then I will repost it again because I never got a comment of that said radio host. But I do want to say that it is not strictly based off of one radio host, right? I'm talking in premise that it can happen. And everybody told me that it just flat out couldn't. But it just so happened that this one radio host decided that he was going to get a little egregious on social media one day and wind up saying the same exact thing that I said, which now I'm calling hypocritical crap on that, you know? So until I get a response from that, I can't let that one go. But anywho, regardless of the fact, I've made many of different situational comparisons to this that are so easily to understand that it would be a false narrative for you to believe it wasn't true. Um, and oh, sorry, I was reading the comments now. I gotta quit. Y'all go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna let you keep on. But I mean, I hear what you're saying too, from a certain extent. But I also know too, I mean, and this is where Chuck came from. I'll let Chuck take back over after this. He says, why do you care what people say about you? And that's like Nick Saban says. I mean, according to him, we're all a bunch of dudes in our mom's boxers, or in our boxers in our mom's basement. We're not in our
Of
mom's
course,
boxers.
but that's why my second comment specifically stated the fact that it wasn't. You're focusing on the team. You're focusing on the players. I'm talking about what happens to the team base as a whole. Because, like I said, when I use the word congruent, what I mean by that is that they are working together. Technically, we haven't seen them really fight or have like some kind of disengagement between one another, other than Acuna's post about when I can't remember who it was, but maybe it
Okay.
was Nick Allen. Who?
No, yeah, I was just
Yeah,
saying. Okay, yeah, the Acuna
yeah,
post.
yeah. But besides
Shoot, I
that,
forget the
other than
player.
that, yeah, but the team has been congruent. Like they've been working together, and we haven't seen too many outrageous things occur outside, even with Snicker. And I know a lot of people's upset with him, but even with Snicker, we haven't kind of seen that. So that's why I tagged on the end of it. What's missing? And I don't know if you saw, but Samir, I believe, is on with you guys quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had posted about, that stadium. Granted, it was on like a Wednesday, but even on Wednesdays in Atlanta, man, they used to be packing those things out, my dog, and that it's just not there. And my whole point is, imagine the difference for you. Like, yeah, take away all the trash talk that may be coming your way as a player and you tone that out, sure. But imagine how much easier it could feel if there was, 80 to 90,000 people all doing the chop while you went up to bat, you know? Imagine the difference that actually makes, because that's what we had for the past 5, 6, 7 years now. But it's not there right now. And it comes down to the fact that, again, I haven't heard a single person on Atlanta sports radio, whether it be within the city of Atlanta, whether it be on the outskirts of like more where me and JD are, you know, I never, it was always negative from the beginning. You're never going to build a fan base on that. The city's never going to support that. You're never going to fill out stadiums. This was a disaster from the start, and the team was practically almost the same as it was last year. So I think that should speak in and of itself. I also have statistical data and studies to back this up. But anyway.
Of course, you only come with the facts, Matt Kraft. I mean, listen, nothing you can say to me I don't disagree with for the most part. I mean, yeah, imagine what it would be like for me to walk up to bat. Something I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to play college ball. Didn't get a sniff of it. I wanted to, didn't get to. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's come down to a lot of them are pretty freaking spoiled anyway. There's too much money that's come down into it. Everybody just wants to make more money. No, none of them play for the love of the game. So, to be quite honest, I don't think they should give a crap. I think they should just go out there and do their freaking job, be good at their job, win some games. And I'm not trying to be critical or anything about you, what you said or anything, but
No.
These
They need to
athletes-
win some games.
yeah, but these athletes, though, I mean, I talked about it here on the show just a few weeks ago. All of these crazy fan interactions. We've seen the football players smack the fan. We've seen DeMarcus Cousins rub his hands between his legs and wipe it in somebody's face and get
Hell no.
suspended. We've seen the Detroit Tigers relief pitcher. We've seen Luis Ortiz. Y'all, we talked about this, the gambling thing the other day. Matt Craft,
Yeah, that was
you and
nuts.
Chuck. Luis Ortiz, I told y'all it was 2 pitches. Bro, the man threw a slider, struck somebody out, and yelled the F-bomb. Like he was pissed. And he obviously had his prop bet on the under for strikeouts and was mad that he struck somebody out.
Oh, dude, I
that
would have
not
streaked
crazy?
across the field, dude. I would have
That's
streaked.
what it was. That's what they were investigating, though.
What?
That's what they were investigating, was that pitch.
Wow.
That
Oh,
was one of the 2.
wow.
Yeah.
JD, did you see where they're gonna do the automated system for
for
the
the
All-Star
All-Star game.
game?
Yeah.
Have
Ooh,
you already
Chuck.
talked about that? I'm sorry.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I want to hear what Chuck has to think or was to say. So they did it in the minor league this year, right? The automated ball strike system for MLB. Are you familiar with that at all, Chuck?
Nope.
Okay. They go fully robotic. It's in the minor league already, and they've tested it in the major league in the spring training. But they're bringing it back for the All-Star game. Okay?
Hmm.
So, you know how we get to see the square of the strike zone?
Yeah.
And there's only 3 people that can do it. The pitcher, the catcher, the batter. They're the only 3. And you only get 2 per game. 2 per game. But if there is a pitch and you think it is a ball and they called it a strike, or if you're the pitcher and you threw what you thought was a strike and they called it a ball, they can tip their cap, rub their cap, challenge that play.
Yeah.
It comes back like that. I'm talking they know within 3 seconds. Like it is not a long drawn out. They got to go look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have to go under the hood and
Yeah.
analyze it for 2 minutes. Like they can come right back with it and reverse the call. And they're bringing it to the All-Star game. They say it's going to go full time, probably next year. What do you think about it? I just like the calls being correct. How do you
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah. Now you said you only get 2, like the whole team, or
2 per
Each
game
one-
for the whole team, but if you're right, you keep them,
For the whole
and that you can.
it's kind of like the challenge in what NFL or whatever, where you keep
Right.
their timeouts or whatever.
Like
Um,
if you get one in the first inning, and say you're the batter,
Yeah.
and you know it was a daggone ball, and you get it right, you get to keep it. But man,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
challenge it. It's going to be tricky.
Most coaches or most managers probably won't want to challenge that early in the game,
Right.
you know,
But it
because
do-
the game's
they
not
can't-
really on the line at that point.
Right. But it's only the pitcher, the catcher, and the hitter that can do it.
Yeah.
So the
Oh, so-
manager, he'll have to coach people.
But he don't
To
have
be
no
like,
say. He don't have
no,
no say. If,
Not
Oh,
on
man.
these. Nope. It's just
wow.
the pitcher, the catcher, the catcher, or the hitter.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think I want to see the calls get right. You know, the strike zone, ball strikes to be called correctly, because there's so many pitches that you sit here watching on TV and it hits that right inside that square or whatever, and you're like, man, even if the square wasn't there, it looked good, before they even
Right.
put the square up there, and you're like, man, that ball looked good, looked the same one as the previous one. He called a strike, but he called it a ball this time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think there needs to be more consistency with strike zone in Major League Baseball. But like I said, I don't watch baseball, Major League Baseball, but I see where you're coming from, and I know what you're trying to get at as far as consistency at the plate and the balls and strikes and being more, I guess, getting it right. I guess for the whole team or the player and the fans and everything. So, I mean, but I don't know.
Well, what did you say, P Digits? And sorry to interrupt you there. Go ahead, Chuck. Go finish up. What else
No,
you
you
think
good.
about
You
it?
good. I mean, who's going to be making the call, though? Who's going to? You said it's going to be like a instant thing. I mean, who? Do they have people there at the field or?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to be reviewing every pitch, or it does say automated though, so I think it's, I don't know.
No,
Maybe, I was about to say
it'll
maybe
be
Madcraft can
robotic.
explain, and I was about to throw it to you anyway. So Madcraft, yes, you
Well,
explain.
yes.
Tell us
And
all about it.
can I please give you just a quick note that there is indeed a difference. Like if you're asking for consistency, then that's what I'm asking for. I just want consistency. I don't necessarily want, and believe it or not, you see that strike zone that comes up on the TV. We've been told that for how many years now, that strike zone is just automated. That's not the actual strike zone, right? So we're already looking at blind eyes. We don't really know. My solution to this was rather quite simple. And you could even use this automated system with it as long as you simply do what I ask, which is that umpires, but whoever the home plate umpire is, they will get an opportunity about 30 minutes prior to the game. They'll go to a screen and they will design their strike box, right? So let's say, for example, that they want to have the inside lower corner. They're going to call that strikes. That's cool, right? They're not going to call anything on the outside, but they're also going to call a little bit low as well. So he makes that little adjustment. He sends it in. That is now his consistency measure. As long as anything comes into that box and he sees it go into that box, he has to call a strike. He has to be consistent, right? So what this does is it maintains the integrity of the whole sport in its entirety, which is that both batter and pitcher should both start the game off with no advantage. They should be both determining, okay, what's the ump gonna call today? Right. And when you start a pitcher that's really good at throwing sliders, a left-hander that's throwing sliders on the inside to some right-handed hitters like that, and he's hitting that inside corner, like to the inside of the plate, guess what? Ump's got to call it, but he has to call it for 9 innings, right? So we're getting consistency the whole way through. No things are changing. So once the batters and the pitchers understand where the strike zone is, now all of a sudden we can have a game, but we're keeping the integrity and the human aspect of it behind the metric. If we just go to this simple box that's just being automated and, God forbid, and I'll make a silly call and then they go, oh, nope, he was wrong, because it fit in this little square box that we've already been told for the past 2 decades technically isn't the strike box, then I would argue we've lost baseball.
That is
I'm
all
going to
very
cut it
interesting.
there.
That is all very interesting. I do have a couple of things that I'll respond by saying, and I'm gonna let Chuck go first. Chuck, what did you think what did you think about any that Maggraff had to say right there?
Oh, I thought it was pretty spot on, man. I mean, like I said, I don't follow baseball that much. I didn't even know about this new thing y'all talking about. So, I mean, he's got a good valid point. Um, I do, like I said, consistency is the key there, and I don't know. I don't really have one way or another on it, honestly. So I just, like you said, I just want, if I'm watching baseball, I want the calls to be consistent and across the board for both pitchers. I don't.
Exactly. And
Right.
if I could tab on real quick, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
no,
you, but
No,
you're
you
good.
that's
good.
exactly, what I'm trying to say really is like, let's say that we don't even do any of that. They just have a regular strike zone, but this umpire is calling like strikes that are definitely low. We see that they're low beyond the box, right? That's fine that he's doing that in inning 2. But if he doesn't do it in inning 6,
Yeah.
that's where I draw the line. I have a problem. And that's where that's all I'm asking is just to hold the umps accountable to be consistent, and it would actually solve all of our problems. They don't have to all be strikes, because that's not the point in baseball. The point is to elude the hitter to try to swing at something that's not in the zone, right? But at the same time, depending on how good pitches are, if the ump's calling it, as a hitter, you have to adjust. Or as a pitcher, you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, please go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you again. I'm sorry.
You good, man. You good. That's about all I got to say about it.
Right. No, and that's fine. So yeah, the couple of things I was going to respond to, I was all with you. Consistency and all that. You lost me though on the umpires being able to draw their strike zone before a game. You know daggum well somebody gonna be out there drawing a trapezoid.
Well, that's fine.
A rhombus.
As long as they're consistent.
Yeah, as long as they're consistent. But it'll have to fit in. Like, I'm not saying they can just draw whatever they want, right? I'm just saying, like,
I'm
imagine
gonna
it
draw
as though.
a giraffe.
Well, imagine it as though you get a normal strike zone, and then you, as the umpire, 30 minutes before the game, you get to go in there and you get to stretch. Okay, let's say I'm going to stretch the inside bottom corner a little bit. I may stretch it a little bit down, but it's still maintaining the shape of the strike zone. So you're only stretching what you want to allow yourself to call.
But
And
now
then
you're talking about
as
manipulating the game, like as
No,
umpires.
Hold on.
Like, do you
Hold on.
not see the
That
general
No, that
moral
goes into
problem
the
with that?
same thing. No, because if we're gonna do automated balls and strikes already, then the league's already looking at it. So when he makes this change to what he's gonna call, then he sends that into the league. This is why it's 30 minutes before the game. Right. So then from then on out, from game start until the end of the game, as an umpire, he better call true to his strike zone, because if he doesn't, he's going to get penalized for it, fined, or fired, right? Because guess who's watching? The league. So you can technically do both. You could do the automated system, but let's allow ourselves to not be glued to this original strike zone. Let's keep the questioning about the human error behind it. Hey, ump's calling the outside tonight, brothers. Like, that's what makes baseball. Me running to the dugout, after I struck out, because I probably sucked, at the time. But me running to the dugout and telling my other, batters that are getting ready to go up, it's like, hey, listen, ump is definitely favoring the outside. Like, watch out for that. Right? That's the whole purpose of the game, man. That's what makes baseball. And I
So
don't want
Maggraff,
to lose that. If we
no,
automate everything, we're gonna lose it. I'm sorry.
Maggraff,
Go ahead.
I hear you. I do. I hear you. I hear you. What I want to hear them come back and say though, listen, I'm honest. I like equal, and I like the rules. So just enforce the rules. I don't want to hear that the umpire is calling the outside. I want to hear him calling the strike zone.
JD, have you looked
Call
up
the
the
strike
original
zone.
rules? Have you looked up for the original set of rules for what
The
the strike
strike
zone
zone
is?
is from the knee to the letters. That's what I know.
For who? For
Everybody, and it ain't called. They never
Well,
call strikes as high as they should.
who? Well, see, but if you're, you know, Jose Altuve, that's kind of unfair, man.
No, not really, because his letters aren't going to be any higher on his chest unless he were taller.
What about that batter back in the day that stood up like a big old pencil with his hands way up here?
Craig Counsell.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't be fair. That'd be a huge strike zone.
What about the little league dudes?
Well, no, his bat
who
doesn't
squat
count.
like they're catching?
But his letters though, if he's stretched up like that, his letters are gonna come higher.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
That may be fine, but I actually don't know if it's the top of the letter. I don't think that's the original strike zone.
I don't.
It's like it's supposed to be knees to the bottom of the rib cage, I think. I don't know
So,
what. They
all right,
call.
so
I don't
let
know
me
what
give
the
you-
actual rule.
Well, let me give you an example. Just a couple of years ago, there was that real famous video of that travel league player kid that decided to get up into the box, and he literally crouched down. He pulled the old school crouching tiger. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about?
Yeah.
Like a catcher.
Yeah, basically, but he was just in the batter's box with his bat up. You remember that?
Yep.
Mhm. I've seen them.
Yeah.
And he called it a
That's so.
strike.
Did he? I thought he walked the first time he went up like that.
There
No.
was one. There was one umpire on one of those videos that definitely called it a strike. On one.
Yeah,
of those
one
videos.
of them did, because we know travel ball, young little league
Yeah.
umpires, they crazy. 3, sit down.
No, man, old softball or t-ball, little league,
Hey,
all that good
when are
stuff.
we gonna start a softball team? Me, you, and Chuck.
The day after never.
I'll be the manager.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
I'll
too
be
old.
the-
Hey,
to be
how
doing
about-
that.
How about third base coach, dude?
There you go. I'll be third base coach. There you go. I can do that.
Yeah. Well, you better not send me unless I'm clear now.
Oh, I'm sending everybody. I don't care. If you ain't fast enough, that's on you.
Send him.
I'm
Send
sending
him.
you.
What do you mean, send me? I'm at third base and he's got the ball already.
Hey, if he sends me, I'm going.
Oh man.
Yeah, we listen to Chuck. We
Exactly.
listen. And y'all have been listening to Southern Fried Sports. We have covered so many topics. I do have one more. Chuck, you got time? You good?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. All right. I was making sure. Matt Crow. Let's get you boys involved in some of this. Have you heard about the new golf tee coming out?
I have not.
Nope.
All right. It was shared with me earlier, thanks to Brian. But it's called Taste Tea. TAS-TEE. And it is a tea that is flavored. And you chew on it before you
edible?
put your golf ball. I don't know that it's edible. But it's supposedly a tea made out of flosser material.
Huh.
And it is for people who are rich and play golf. But could you imagine if you and me and Matt Craft, we all go out, we're going to play golf, and I bust these teas out of my golf bag. And I'm like, here you go, guys, put this in your mouth. Family show, eyes up here. But what would you guys think if I handed you a flavored tea if we went to play golf? And please call me a pansy if I ever did that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not even buy teas. I just use the ones I find because I don't need them. All right, and I whoop any and everybody on here. I'll go golfing anywhere, anytime, if you pay for it. But anyways, so like at the bottom of the line, I think that's kind of cool. Because I actually know some people that are constantly they either shove their tees behind like their ears or they're chew on them a little bit. You know what? So maybe it is it clean their teeth. You know, while they golfing. I like that.
I wouldn't need one until after the first 9 when I caught me a glizzy in the clubhouse. Chuck, how do you feel? What if I broke out a tasty tea and handed it to you when we went and played golf?
Well, as long as it helped my swing, I would use it. But if it can't do nothing for my swing, I ain't got no use for it. So
I feel that.
I mean, I would take it. I'm not like, okay, that's pretty cool. But my whole thing is it got to help me on the course. If not, I mean, because I've used all kind of tees, all the ones they designed that's out there, the little ones that look like bristles that you set the ball on top of. All of them. I mean, you name it, all the little gimmicks ones they put out there. I probably used quite a bit of them, and they haven't helped my swing. They haven't helped my swing as much.
So, do you hit ground balls? What do you do? Do you slice? What's the problem off the tee?
No, I can get it off the ground and past the ladies' tee.
Oh, okay.
But it's not consistently down the middle. You know.
Have you tried not using a tee?
With a driver, McGrath?
No, okay. He could go 3-wood. Many a PGA professionals use a 3-wood, don't even use the driver.
Yeah. No,
I'm just asking.
But I would take it. I don't, like I said, if it ain't gonna help my swing, I wouldn't use it to play with.
Not even to clean your teeth a little bit? What about a souvenir from JD, you know?
There ain't gonna be no. Chuck, throw it in the trash as soon as we get done playing golf. Man, get this tasty thing away from me, man.
And it depends it depends on what it tastes like too.
Well, it's gonna taste like floss.
Well, you got different flavor floss, so
I mean I guess it, and I understand.
I didn't even know that.
Right. Well, see, no, I understand it because many dudes have chewed on their dirty teas before. I mean, not that I was really even thinking about it or something, but you know, I mean, I'm sure
nature's toothpick, baby.
We've all done it.
What if you stick it in the ground and put it in your mouth? There you go.
Hey, God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt. So put it in your mouth and let it work.
Family show, eyes up here. Oh my goodness.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Eating dirt, it's fine. God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt.
Yeah, but what'd you say after that?
Put it in your mouth and let it work.
Yeah, that's what the
dirt
was.
Dirt. Eat dirt. You pour dirt in your wounds.
Oh yeah, I know, but Minecraft, you gotta understand, man. They can clip that 15 seconds or 10 seconds.
Hey, that's fine. Clip it.
Put it in my mouth and let it work. That's why I just emphasize family show.
Hey, you know what? Make me famous. Make me famous. Hey, listen, I need to know because I'm gonna have to get off of here because my phone is probably going to die before we even finish the show. But hey, real quick, I just want to say, set us up, golf trip, me, you, Chuck, maybe Diesel or something. Set us up.
I don't have that kind of pull. Hey,
no, you got
not even with Chuck. I don't even have that kind of pull with Chuck. I don't think. definitely not Diesel.
Chuck, you want to go golfing with me?
It depends, man. I mean, I haven't played golf in like 3 years.
Heck, I had played golf in over a year myself.
I think me and Pete did just talking about that the other night.
Yeah, that would be our fourth. Yeah.
Hey, let's do that.
That would be our fourth.
All right. Well, next weekend.
Chuck, how far are you from Travelers Rest?
Oh Lord.
Or would Gaffney?
Gaffney's closer, yeah. Yeah, I live in North Carolina. I live about an hour northwest of Charlotte.
Yeah, so yeah.
No, so y'all need to come to us. You need to come to me and Chuck. We have way better golf courses up here.
Where are you at? Well, no,
I'm in North Spartanburg, so I'm not far from. Well,
okay.
I'm far from you, but
Yeah.
Probably 45 minutes,
Yeah,
at least to an hour.
I'm
maybe
probably
y'all should
about,
just come to me,
Well, that's what I was thinking is we could go, like North
and you can give
Spartanburg
me some of your
somewhere.
teas.
I'm probably about an hour.
What? No, I ain't got none of them tasties. I ain't, no.
I would think I'm
I'll
probably,
Hey, listen, no joke. Before I gotta go because my phone is going to die. It's on 1%. I really appreciate both of you. I really appreciate both of you,
Appreciate
All
and
it,
right,
I
brother.
man.
Have a good
appreciate.
night, man.
Yeah, JD, thank you for having me on, man. And Chuck, I appreciate the times always, man.
All
Y'all
right,
take
man.
care.
You too, bro.
All right. Yep. Be blessed, brother. Have a good one, man. Lord have mercy. I
No,
don't understand.
I'm probably about an hour from Gaffney. Probably a little over an hour, maybe.
Yeah, he's up toward Inman, Lake Bowen. He's up that direction. But yeah, we should definitely do that though.
We'll have to play them one. It won't be this weekend, but yeah,
No.
we could
We
definitely play
do
them
need
one.
to shoot, I guess, before football season though. But I think
Yeah.
what is it? It's only, my goodness, Chuck. What is it? 6 weeks away for football season?
7, 6, yeah, somewhere around there. If you count week 0, I guess about 6 weeks,
Hmm.
but yeah.
Well, let's see. I guess we've left out the Clemson folks a little bit this show. And I think we'll wrap it up on this one, Chuck. We'll get on out after this. And then, yeah, Kane, here we go. Yeah, family show, Kane. We did. We did say all of that. I figured somebody would. So, how about clip some sports take right here? So, how about Chuck? You're familiar with Josh Pate. He picked Clemson as his national championship winner earlier. I don't know if it was like his concrete, like all is said and done,
Uh-huh.
but he picked Clemson, I'm pretty sure. And then he just came out though and said that this is the last year for Dabo and Clemson to stay relevant if they don't win. What is your initial reaction when I tell you that that's what Josh Pate said? And that's a question from Kane, Clemson fan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it, but
Me neither.
I really don't.
What?
I don't see where he gets that from. But I think his initial thing was he was listing like what 4 or 5 teams that have a shot to what he thinks to a shot to win the national championship this year, and Clemson was like one of the teams that he put in there. And honestly, I kind of, if I had some extra money, I might throw a bet on that, the Clemson to win it all.
Mhm.
Just for the fact of I think they got a solid quarterback in Cade Klubnik. They got some weapons around him. The thing that kind of one of the things I kind of feel like maybe, and I don't know everything about Clemson, but if I think their running back situation might be a little question mark for me as far as that. Defense, they got good defensive players on that side of the ball, so I think that's not a bad take as far as Clemson winning a national championship or a shot to win it. Their schedule's not very. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can find it. Their schedule's not really that bad. Honestly, they get by LSU week 1. Georgia Tech might be a trap game for them, but outside of that, I mean, I don't see much in the way of slowing them down outside of Louisville.
Here's what's something that while you're looking that up, let me tag this in there while you're doing that. I heard someone say the other day that if Clemson went 9-3 and made it into the playoffs, like that would be crazy. That would be wild. They said something further than that, but I think it's stupid. But they basically said if 9-3 got them into the playoffs with their schedule, That's ludicrous. But
Yeah.
but guess what 9-3 would put them at? Losing to LSU and losing to South Carolina and losing one conference game to either Louisville, Georgia Tech, or whomever.
Yeah.
And so that would still put them 7-1 though in the ACC and into the title game. And if they win it, they're in the playoffs. So 9-3 to me isn't really that crazy. I think it's highly likely, not highly likely. I won't go that far. But I think it's questionable though to think that Clemson can win both of those games. Like at best, I think they split. Hopefully, they beat LSU and lose to us,
Yeah.
the Gamecocks. But they could be 0-2 in those games too, y'all. I definitely don't think they're going 2-0 in them.
Nah, who knows? But
I think they're going to be really good. I think they're national championship contenders. I think
like I
Dabo's got his best coaching staff that he's had
yeah.
probably since he's been there.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, if I had some extra money to throw on, that would probably be a pretty. Because I don't know what I forgot what the odds were. It's like plus 1,300.
Yeah, I think it might have even dropped since then. I think I saw plus.
Whenever,
just like 700, I think maybe.
Whenever he put that out, I think it was plus 1,300. But like I said,
right.
I don't really know. I'm not a gambler. But like I said, if I had extra to throw on there, that'd probably be I'd be a risk I'd be willing to take. Now, would I be cheering for him? Hell no. Sorry. I mean, heck no.
No, you good. Hell no. We wouldn't be cheering for him.
But,
Hell no.
If I win, I'd win, But, yeah. But
Let's see here.
they got players on both sides of the ball. And
oh, yeah, they got studs. Wide receiver room.
Yeah, so I could see them getting there and having a realistic shot of winning.
To your point, too, though, run game.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, they're loaded wide receiver, loaded on defense, new defensive coordinator. Who was that linebacker? Sammy Brown, wasn't that his name?
Was it Peter Woods?
No, the linebacker, that freshman linebacker.
Yeah, Sammy Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Phew. That deep with Clemson, I don't think the Gamecocks beat them this year. I possible, yes, but I think Clemson's looking at a elite season coming up, and I'm not happy about it. Kane says, let's see what Kane says. I think he's saying that he wants Clemson to be irrelevant along with all the other sports media. They've been praying for Dabo's downfall for some deranged reason. A lot of people have pulled for Dabo's downfall.
Yeah.
I've always liked the guy. He's gotten a little bit holier than now lately on me. But early Dabo, I mean, good gracious, we're into year 17 with Dabo. I like 0 through 10 years Dabo. I don't like the whole my whole team's image is built out of the name, image, likeness of God. Like that just comes across a little bit too holier for now to me. And Dabo, he's been right about all this. The paying the players, the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when he goes home at night, I think he sits back and he laughs and he's like, ha, ha, ha. I told you this all was coming. I told you it all was coming.
Yeah.
It's ran Nick Saban out of the game. Kane is him. I think Cade will be in New York in early December. I do believe. I'm not a betting man, like Chuck said. But yeah, I'd sprinkle a penny or two on it. Maybe a bad haircut I saw somebody earlier, Chuck. They said if Furman beats Clemson this year, they'll walk home from the stadium.
Wow.
And I messed up and I said, well, you better get to walking because there's no chance that's happening. But he said if they won, he'd walk. So I was like, my bad. My bad.
Oh, well.
Don't walk. Stay still. Because that is not happening.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Not
Definitely won't
happening.
happen.
But I appreciate Madcraft jumping in, Mark, Brian, all the listeners, Kane, Chuck, man, I appreciate you. Is there anything else we didn't do the win-loss game.
No, we didn't.
Can we do that real quick?
I got to go, man. It's already after 11 o'clock.
Okay.
I got church in the morning.
I hear you.
So I don't want to, yeah.
No problem. We're good. Ain't no sweat. We had a great conversation. I was going to try to sneak it in on you.
Nah, you good. Yeah.
Well, just so y'all know, the first time I did it, I came up with 5 and 7. And it could be different if I did it right now. It could be different when I do it 6 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, he's the same way. It could be different, but y'all tune in for his prediction. It'll be coming up on his channel at Gamecock Chuck. Y'all make sure to hit him with a subscribe. And Chuck, if you want to say your good nights, you go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on. I mean, this was a lot of fun. And yeah, anytime we get to talk sports, football, whatever, it's always a good thing. Waiting for the season to start and be working on my prediction video for the Gamecocks. I don't really have one I really thought of right off the top of my head. I know we got a good opportunity to get off to a hot start. So will we do it? That's to be seen, to be determined. But I appreciate you having me on, man, and appreciate the fun time and talk and back and forth, whatever. And it was great show.
Man, I appreciate it. My pleasure.
Everybody hit that thumbs up, man. Let's get this channel growing, man. So
yes, sir. I appreciate it. And it's always my pleasure to have you on. You know, I was an old Chick-fil-A bum back in the day, man. If anybody says thank you, I'll always come back with my pleasure. Still, it's stuck with me. And no, P Digits, we don't. We have a little bit more difficult team known as Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, we played Coastal Carolina and South Carolina State.
Golly. Yeah, Virginia Tech and Clemson.
Yeah, so. But
scheduling hard is not the deal anymore, man. Can't schedule hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Chuck, we appreciate you joining. It's always my pleasure to bring you on. And love your takes. Love listening to you. And may God bless you. And have a wonderful Sunday, my friend.
You too, bro.
All right, y'all. So we've had Chuck. We've had P Digits join us in the chat. Tiger Stripes Media. Kane. Madcraft. Mark. Appreciate all you guys being here. We will play more win-loss games with your teams coming up soon. But for tonight, y'all, it's about that time. We're going to slide on out of here. For GreenvilleSportsMedia.com, for the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports, JD is signing off. Y'all be blessed, not stressed. Just be kind to one another. Dang it. And we'll see y'all soon. Good night.